Good morning and welcome to the webinar. My name is Patty Anderson and I'm a broker care specialist here at Cornerstone. I'm joined today by our friends Mary Meyer and Stephanie McManus from the Dental Care Plus group. They're going to discuss their product updates and review their online portal with us today. Before we get started, I have to cover a few little housekeeping items. If you have any questions throughout our presentation, be sure to leave them in the chat box on your GoToWebinar dashboard, and we'll answer them at the very end of the session. My contact information is here on the screen if you'd like to get in contact with me, and don't forget to make sure you follow us on social media. We post some of the top industry information and Cornerstone updates and information. Visit Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube and give us a follow. And if you haven't heard, we would love for you to win $7,000 with Cornerstone's 2022 Cash Incentive Program. Each individual and group new business sale will earn you points and get you closer to that goal. You can register for the incentive program on the Cornerstone website. And then if you haven't already heard, Cornerstone recently partnered with EB3, an online benefit booklet builder system that is fully customizable and specifically designed with employee benefit brokers in mind. As a Cornerstone broker, you have an exclusive access to this product. Contact your Cornerstone representative for details, or you can visit us at www.cornerstone.com/EB3. And now it is my pleasure to turn it over to our DCP team, Mary Myers and Stephanie. Welcome.
Thank you, Patty, and thank you for joining us. My name is Mary Meyer. I probably know a few of the attendees who are in the room, and I am going to show my screen. My mouse is acting up. I had it perfect before. Hold on one second. There we go. I'll do a double check. Can you guys see my screen? Patty?
I cannot.
Cannot see your screen.
Okay, we had it up there before.
We did.
Swap presenters and view slides. Let's see. I don't know what just happened, but.
Yeah, let me go ahead and send it over to Patty again, and then we will redo it just to see if maybe something went wrong with GoTo.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, it should pop up for you again.
You want me to try it? Let me see. Patty, can you see the screen?
Cannot.
Okay, let me go back to display settings. We had it up there.
Yeah, I have the presentation that Shelly sent over this morning. Would you like me to bring it up on my screen?
That might be good because when you guys switched, it went back down. Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem. Give me 1 second.
And I can introduce the team why we get the slide going. So today, for the Dental Care Plus group, why they pull up the PowerPoint, I just want to reiterate, we are going to give a 2022 update. We're going to give a little bit of background of 2021 and what is transpired, because we all have good news, and hopefully we can help you all make some broker bonuses from Cornerstone. In the presentation today, I would like to definitely let you know that Rebecca Hetzler is on the phone. She has been around forever. She's our favorite. She is the Director of Account Management. So we thank her for joining us. So she is in the background. I will be doing the presentation along with Stephanie, and I think many of the fans of Cornerstone know that Stephanie was a great Cornerstone employee, and she has now joined our account management team. So is the slide up and running? Because I can see it.
Yep, I think you are good to go. Just let me know when to click.
Okay, can you click? So today what I'm going to do is give a little bit of background on the past. You always you can't live in your past, but you got to review the past, right? So when I joined Dental Care Plus, I knew definitely and asked a lot of questions. What happened in the past and how can we move forward? So I'm going to quickly let you know that DentaQuest did buy in June of 2019, Dental Care Plus. We all know that it was a provider-owned dental company. They all decided to sell, and they all received payouts, and they relinquished ownership. And let's talk about what happened in 2020 and 21. We had COVID, the pandemic hovering over all of us. And during that time, during our integration, the DentaQuest team did have a bump in the road that in February 2021, we did a claims paying system migration. Not all of it went smoothly. I just want to let you know, I've been in this business 30 years, so I've been through many, many migrations and integrations, and not all goes smoothly. I think what's key to say is how you recover from those migrations. And I want to share with you, it was a fee schedule misalignment with a very large batch of claims that were incorrectly paid. That gave great concern to the dental community. Also, that was during the time of the pandemic when their financials were very strained. I want to tell you good news that 75% of those claims were rectified by March of 2021. And then we completed the remaining and by the end of September. So it was a pretty quick fix. However, during the pandemic and the financial strain of the industry, we were hit pretty hard with, some of those concerns. Another one is we had, as well as you guys might know, some disfactions with some change in crown criteria. We have fixed that and we implemented back to the old ways in this past October of 2021. If anybody has any disfaction with crown criteria that's still lingering on, please reach out to Stephanie or myself so we can help you all. Another industry change is Dental Care Plus did previously pay providers 2 times per week, and DentaQuest will only cut checks once a week. And as you can imagine with the pandemic, this was a shift of behavior because they counted on that 2 times per week. We couldn't communicate to them because we could not get in to see them, and a lot of times that they weren't even reviewing emails. We definitely worked with our provider relations team to rectify many of the concerns of the providers, and they are all pretty much okay with the 1 times per week, which is an industry standard. As all this was happening, many of you who are very busy brokers got client employee letters saying we're dissatisfied. We know those letters exist. Many of it have died down, and we're actually getting some providers who left us to come back. I want to share with you about the industry overall. COVID has hit the dental industry pretty hard. I'm not going to go into all the details, but I'll give you a snapshot of one that really hit them hard. Their revenue was down. Definitely their employees were very concerned. They were quitting, and the dental hygienists were saying, nope, I'm done with this industry and moving on to other industries. According to the ODA, 15% of the industry staff left because of COVID. They are slowly regaining, but one thing I'd like to share is the cost of their goods have really gone up. For an example, the cost of gloves for a dental hygienist or a dentist to see you, me, and everybody in this room and all their patients was only $4. That is increased. It's up to $36 for them to put on a pair of gloves. So we as a company need to listen to those providers, and we want to share with you that providers that are hit very hard. We're working with many of the providers on a one-off to look at their fee schedules, listen to them, and help them increase some of their fee schedules. Of course, we have to have a balancing act because we are on the back end paying those claims, and we have many self-funded customers too. So it's a give and take, and we have to make sure that we balance it. But I want to assure you that we're out there speaking with the providers, listening to them, and trying to help them. And some of them are increased fee schedules. Couple of things I want to end with, and excuse me, despite many provider terminations, the Dental Care Plus still represents the strongest network in the greater Cincinnati area. If any of you would like any disruption reports through any of your groups, or if you would like to, touch the waters again and say, hey, I want to give you a chance, we can offer that disruption report compared to some of the competitors. We, again, are not provider owned. We're owned by DentaQuest. And if some of you guys in the room are not aware of it, we're going to be shortly owned by Sun Life, which is all good news, and I'll share that too. Next slide, please, so we can get through some of this. This is just a page that we're going to send out to you that you can see actually the myths, the rumors, and then the facts. So real quickly, DentaQuest is going to slash the provider fee schedule. That is wrong. We do offer Medicaid, Medicare, and commercial. It is up to a provider how they want to work with us, but we did not slash our fee schedules. In fact, again, as the providers have shared, we are very competitive with our fee schedules. However, with the pandemic, some of them are asking us to increase. Also, the rumor was out there that DentaQuest is going to force providers all to a Medicaid, Medicare, like a government model. That is not true again. We do have Medicaid, Medicare, as many carriers do, but we have a large block of commercial business, and it is settling down that they're aware of that. Also, members must have a new ID sent to them to reservice. Totally a false rumor. We are giving out ID cards. We were still print ID cards, and that noise has really died down. And then we also had some that we are denying benefits. That basically came from that change in Crown criteria. Crown criteria is very important to the dentist, and we fix that and have a solution. And I'm going to reiterate, if any of that noise is out there from 2021, let us know, because we are also resolving those and helping the dentist and getting it paid back to the criteria that started 10/1 moving forward this year. And then also a rumor that says DentaQuest is not paying claims and is refusing to pay for services rendered. On 2/1 of 20, we had the complete migration of claims. Some claims, again, were paid incorrectly, but they are all up to speed. In fact, I want to tell you good news that if a claim comes in, we're paying a first day claim. We're paying about a batch of about 85% of those claims first day. Next slide. Going on to some more good news. We're really listening and bringing back the voice of the dentist. With the pandemic, we as an industry want to make sure as a company that we listen to them. We listened to them about the Crown criteria. We rolled it back and we fixed it. Claims payment turnaround. As I shared before, a lot of the dentists are getting, and think about the industry again, this is just not our company, but during the COVID situation, a lot of the dentists still get paper claim. They get paid by paper by the mail. Our mail service was as slow as delivery of some other companies. So we are trying to move them to EFT. And then with our new system, which is one thing before I came on board, I really looked at the claim engine. It's really, really up to speed. It is called Windward, and the new system really allows for improvement in turnaround time. And I want to point that out because sometimes you guys in the room, if you have a 100+ case and you want to self-fund that, we can do different things with different benefits. So keep that in your back mind. We have also increased our state provider relation representatives. And totally in the state of Ohio, we've heard from many providers saying we haven't heard from a provider relations from many, many carriers. And we really are trying to knock on the doors, get in the doors again, and start talking to them since the pandemic is over. We are hiring a dental director to have peer-to-peer providers, which is very important. And one benefit we're kicking around, we have not decided, so if any of you guys would give us any feedback, is to offer that adult fluoride. You know, a lot of times your dentists, when you're leaving that office, are saying, hey, do you want adult fluoride? And you're paying $20 out of your pocket. So we are looking into that benefit. Next slide. Pathways to improvement. Every company should have a pathway to improvement. We want to listen to the voice of Cornerstone. You're very important to us. So if any of you guys want to call any of the management team, Stephanie, Matt Butcher, we are here to listen to you. We are being very aggressive with our changes. First of all, we've moved all group dependent age to 26. We in the room, some of you guys have college kids. How hard is it to tackle that back and forth when the kids with the pandemic were in and out of school? We removed that barrier and we just moved to 26. We have a dedicated customer service team, okay? We are not government minded. You have Stephanie, you have Matt Butcher, as well as you have myself, and then our individual team. So we have rebuilt totally a local team. It's the service model that we want. It's the concierge boutique where you can come to us we will no longer have you call that 1-800 number. Some good news, the days of the HMO might be going away. A lot of the dentists are actually moving away and want the PPO, so we're listening to them. If any of you are still on our HMO old model and would like to change it to a PPO, we can implement that off cycle. I want to share with you all, please give us time. We do not want any bumps in the road, and we would like 60 days. We probably can get it done faster, but we would like at least 60 days to get that implemented. So give a call to Steph if you want to migrate anybody off cycle. Really good news just came out this week. I can't release it because I'm working on actually the shelf rates, but we did move and reduce shelf rates to 99, but effective 4/1/2022, we lowered them again by 5% to the end of the year. So that is great news. More to come on that, and the rate sheets will be updated very quickly and sent out to Cornerstone. I did share this news this week with your management team at Cornerstone, and hopefully you guys can share it if you don't have some people on the phone. New broker bonus is coming out next week. It's 51 to 99. So we're offering that new broker bonus along with the Cornerstone bonus. So, you know, our goal is all to come back and grow, and let's help each other earn a little extra money. Another good news that's just changed, we are working on it, we're implementing it. Our preventive care will not apply to an annual maximum out of pocket. That is on all sizes moving forward. And then we establish a broker advisory council, and your wonderful Shelley is on that council, and she gave some of the feedways to help us pathways to improvement. Next slide, because we got a lot to go through. This is a real quick slide. We are still in the implementation of the acquisition of DentaQuest by Sun Life. This is only going to broaden it. I'm going to share with you one very important thing. There's no claims migration. They are using the Dental Care Plus DentaQuest system. That's the most important thing on the slide. We'll give you more news on Sun Life as it unfolds. Next slide. The broker portal agenda. If you could go ahead and go to the next slide for time, I'll just run through these slides. I think it's very important as a broker. I've been in your shoes. We got to make it easy for you. If any of you guys in the room are having troubles with our broker portal, and then Steph will do the employer portal, we are continually improving that. If you're stuck, if you need help, please call Matt, call Stephanie, or even reach out to myself or Rebecca. We'll definitely help you. But on the next slide, you'll see the overview when you log into the broker portal. This is your navigation overview as a broker. Many of you guys have seen this, but I just want to let you know the overview page will give you a home, location, book of business, your commission, and help. I'll be going through each of these tabs next, but what's important at the end of this page, if we ever want to give you a message, you're going to have a notification. If you can look at the bottom and the middle of the page, you'll see a little red circle. That little red circle will identify on the top of the bell icon that we're giving you a message. So you can navigate between the home, book of business, commission page, or help to see. Now I'll walk through some of the features. Next slide. This would be your account settings. This is the way that you will set up your name, number, password, and security question. And if you're human like me, or maybe it's only me and it's St. Patrick's Day, I am the worst at passwords, but I always remember the security question of who my mother was. So I always have to go back to this accounting setting. So I just want to touch base on what it looks like. And we'll be delivering these PowerPoints to you so you can see step by step how to sign in again if you need to. Your next slide. On the broker portal, on the home page, you'll see an area where you can view commissions. It's just a quick link to view available commission statements. And of course, we also work through Cornerstone very closely, sending those commissions to them. There is going to be, again, a click link to view notifications, and you'll be able to manage and add your groups. If any of you have issues with managing or adding a new group, that is where we want to step in and help you out. We want you guys out there doing your business, so if you need us internally to help you, please come to us. All these portals we have them from our banks, we have them from, it's not Cincinnati Bell, but we have so many various ones. So we just want to let you know, if you're stuck, please reach out. We do have a resource page, which will give you quick links to helpful web pages, and then we'll give you a list of your upcoming renewals. Next slide. On your book of business, and we'll just go show you the book of business real quickly. You'll have My Group Dashboard, and many of you seen this before, but it's a quick view and a way to manage your groups from your dashboard. And then you can add additional groups to your dashboard. And you'll see here, if you enter a group's name in the search box, it will filter the groups shown in the dashboard. And then you can click on that group's name to view additional details about the group. And if you've already added the groups to your dashboard, they will appear on the table. We've made it very easy. If you want to print this, you can download your groups into an Excel and print them at any point in time. Next slide. To add groups. This is where you might get stuck sometime. And again, we can help you add groups, but you can add available groups to your dashboard to easily view groups information and access the group's details. As soon as you add the group, it will populate from our end. If you don't want to save any changes, on the right-hand corner at the bottom of the page, you can say cancel. Next slide. On the group details, this will be very key information about your groups and their associate subgroups. As we all know, you have a parent group and then you can have subgroups. Some people forget that subgroups numbers, and so we want to make sure that's handy for you. So you can view subgroup information, including product type, the rate, the membership, and count. Next slide. And on group details, we'll be going through the employer portal next. On the Help Center, I'll give more details on the next slide. This is Navigate the Help Center, but I want to share again, to navigate any help center, if you're frustrated, please reach out to us. We can answer and be your concierge for you to answer questions, so we can help support you. But it's just going to give the FAQs similar to many, many help centers, or you can contact us. But the contacts on here, we really want to help and reach out to you guys. So please contact your team, your local team. Next slide. This is viewing the FAQs. I'm not going to go through them, but what's really key is there's commission frequently asked questions. And I think that's really important to take a chance today to log on to the broker portal and see many of the FAQs, especially on, maybe groups or commission, your book of business. Next slide. Notifications are key. We're trying to communicate to you guys. We're doing it by email and also through the broker portal. So keep an eye, and if you ever see an icon with that red circle, we're giving you an update. Next slide. I'm going to turn it over to Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Mary, and thank you all for being here today. One additional person that I would like to introduce is Evan Renner. Evan is a counterpart of mine and another account manager with Dental Care Plus. And at the end of the demo and presentation, he is also going to be available to help out with some of the questions for the employer portal. Since he has a little bit more tenure, he might have a little bit more comprehensive answers. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to, we were hoping to have a fully comprehensive live demo today, but due to client confidentiality, we ran into a few obstacles in being able to do the full demo. However, I would like to go ahead and go through the employer portal and point out a couple of things and recurrent questions that we do get. Can you all see my screen okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you can. Okay. So as you'll notice on this first page, there are some points of contact that are mentioned. I do want to note that some of these are outdated. The portal account support and access user, that is, if you are having issues with the employer portal, please just come to your account management team. We're going to be able to help with that, and we'll be able to work with our IT team to get any questions submitted. Also, any support or evidence that you can give us with issues that you're having definitely helps bolster the argument, and it helps to get the issue resolved quicker. The online enrollment is actually, the email is actually different as well, and we have a slide that includes that information at the very end. The billing email is correct. Now I'm going to go up, and under this first tab for administration, the user list, if you click on that, it allows you to see who has access to that group's employer portal. Sorry about that. So if you go in and you see that, Stephanie McManus is the only person appointed under that group, and you want to add somebody else, rather than going to the add user button, I would highly recommend just reaching out to your account management team, and our specialist will be able to get a username and password set up for that person. As far as member search and member adding goes, on this page, in order to search for a member, you will need to have one of these four credential combinations. So if I want to search for Mary Meyer, I will input her information, click search, and since she's on her husband's plan, of course, she's not showing up in the system, but this is where you would be able to see who is enrolled for coverage. When you go to add a member, you will be prompted to do something very similar. You will need to add in the person's credentials. Oops. And once you hit search and you note that Mary is not in the system, there will actually be a function to be able to add her. Once you add this person, there will also be a screen that shows the benefit administration. There will be a little tab up at the top. This is key in being able to change the benefits for that person. You will want to click that, and you will be able to add dependents. You'll be able to alter coverage, change plans, and update people's home addresses as well. Under the request list, this is actually a nice little function to have as well. So if an employer goes in and they make changes throughout the portal, we actually have the ability to go in and view what changes were made under that person's login. So we can go log in and see, if they added Mary for coverage, I would be able to see, Mary Meyer had a change made or was added for coverage on, March the 17th, 2022. So I will be able to go in and click in and see what changes were made. Under the eligibility list, this is actually something that comes up recurrently. People say that they have trouble under the employee's actual search and seeing dependents. However, under this function, you can go in and look under the different subgroups that are listed. When you search and you want to look at a census for actively enrolled employees, you will want to click the active button as well as the dependents to be able to see the active dependents. When you click this, a fully comprehensive list of all the subgroups of currently enrolled employees and dependents will appear. Unfortunately, if I go to the billing and payment, it takes me to my login, and due to confidentiality, I will not be able to show that today because it does show all of our clients' information, and the same with the pay invoice as well. But I do have a slide to kind of review some of that as well. Under the tools, user profile, this shows who the main administrator is. It does give you the ability to reset your password. However, if you run into issues with this, just reach out to your account management team and we can get this updated as well. It also shows you what email address is associated with the account as well. In the inbox, it will show any messages that come from the correspondence that come from DentaQuest DCP. And then the contact DCP again, under this tab, you do have the ability to reach out and request an ID card this way for certain members, but you can also reach out to your account management team as well. Okay, do we want to go back to the slides? Do I have to give up permissions for?
Patty,
No, Jeff, you have it.
Okay, thank you.
Can you guys see it?
Thank you.
And as noted on this slide at the very bottom, we did try to include the billing contact, the enrollment contact, and then I think it cut off at the very bottom as well. Yes, it did. It cut off on the bottom. Sorry, I can't see what's there. All right, next slide. All right, and next slide. As I mentioned, because we could not do the fully comprehensive demo online today, I did want to include some resources for billing and payment. We do have a great employer portal demo YouTube video out there, and it is 14 minutes long, so we're not going to play it today. But we do have a couple of PDF documents that are very in-depth on how to make one-time payments and set up recurrent payments as well. One thing that we did want to note as when the client is going to pay for the first time, the client must make a one first-time payment and then set up recurrent before they can set up recurrent payments. For EFT payments, the funds are pulled on the date that the bill is due. And one thing that has been requested more commonly is paper billing. We can do that. It is not set up automatically, but we can set it up upon request. Next slide. All right, some tips for using the employer portal. Feedback that we've gotten is that the browser actually works best in Microsoft Edge. To set up admin access for additional users, again, as I mentioned before, it is best to just reach out to your account manager or account specialist, and we can create a username and password for that person versus trying to add them through the employer portal, because that can get a bit confusing. And if you are adding an employee for coverage or trying to switch coverage for an employee, especially as we're going through the PPO conversions, it is really important to make sure that you have the correct subgroup number to align with the correct plan as you're enrolling that person. Otherwise, they will get enrolled in the incorrect plan, and that will cause problems for billing. Go ahead and go to the next slide. And okay, and then additional resources for the employer portal can also be found through the Dental Care Plus website as well. We do have links and pages for how to search a member, how to add dependents and employees, how to terminate coverage, reinstate coverage, which again, for reinstatement, I would highly suggest going through Dental Care Plus rather than trying to do that online. Edit member information. You can request an ID card online. There is a way to do that, but you can also go to your account manager as well to request that. And then there is an option to print a temporary ID card as well. We do have another function to where we can create a temporary ID card for employees on an as-needed basis as well. Again, the billing and payment information is here, and there's some great YouTube videos to watch that are very helpful. All right, next slide. Okay. For your day-to-day issues that arise, you will want to work through your Cornerstone broker advisor, and they will work with us. For simple enrollments, you can go to, you can use the enrollment_questions at dentalcareplus.com, and our team will be able to help you with, our simple enrollments. And then Avisa's enrollments can go to eligroup at avisas.com. Right, next slide. Great, thank you. And that's all I had is for the employer portal today.
So we would like to end by saying thank you to all the Cornerstone advisories and to all you on the call. We see that we have about 25 people on the call. If any of you want to reach out to us, feel free, but always, go through Cornerstone because we are true partners. And I'd like to end, keep in mind, you'll see that 51 to 99 bonus coming out. And for 2 to 99, the new rate sheets with -5% till the end of the year will be rolling out as well. We listen to you guys. We want to hear from you. We want to be your trusted partners. So please give us feedback to help us rebuild with Cornerstone. We thank you. And I think, Patty, you're still on it. Okay.
I am. Thank you so much for presenting today. We really appreciate it.
Are there questions?
It doesn't look like we have any questions.
We covered A
Go
through
figure
Z.
that. You guys rocked it today.
We appreciate your feedback.
Well, I can honestly say it's not. It's a great system. Once you're into it, people become very quickly adapted to it. It's not a hard system to know. So we just encourage people to get out there and try it. And again, if they have any questions, they can reach out to our team at DCP. They're on it. They're very responsive. But yeah, great webinar. Thank you so much. So it does not appear we have any questions today. So I just want to say thank you all for joining us. It was a great presentation. And if anybody would like a copy of the presentation, feel free to email me at panderson@crnstone.com. If you have a few minutes after the webinar, please take a moment to fill out our survey. It helps us to learn what we can do better, and we are always interested in improving. Again, DCP, you guys are the best. Thank you all for joining us today and for offering your expertise. Just a little reminder that Cornerstone has more webinars coming up on our Tech Tuesdays, our webinars next week about online meetings and conferences. But thank you all for joining us today, and a copy of the presentation will be available tomorrow on the Cornerstone Resource Center. And thank you, and have a great day, everyone.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy Thank
you.
My day. It's my day.
It is your day, Pat.
It is. Thank you all, and have a wonderful day.
See ya.
Yeah.
All righty. Bye-bye.